Can you imagine sitting in this center seat? There's a huge, oh my goodness. Look at that. You've got height adjusting seat belt. So I need to like sing my own songs, put it on a CD. No, that's a terrible idea. Does this wirelessly charge? This is a 2001 Cadillac DeVille DHS with 31,900 miles on it. This is a baby. Does it look like an infant? Does this look like a toddler that's just learning how to go to school? Maybe just learning how to talk? What do you think? Pretty beautiful, isn't it? Very well kept. In fact, the chrome wheels are almost straight from the factory. I just drove this thing here, and the experience is pretty crazy. It's GM made and V8. It's got 275 horsepower, but it has 300 pound-feet of torque. So when you hit the gas pedal, it really does feel okay, especially from 0 to 5 miles an hour. I mean, it's very comfortable. You know, it's a Cadillac, so it's a luxury vehicle. It's not a Bentley though. So if you're expecting Bentley quality, you're not gonna find it, but it's very special. And this one is even more special, this particular vehicle, because of the mileage. You really don't find these in this condition anymore. People just don't take care of these cars for whatever reason. This one's had a nice wax job. You can tell it's been garaged. The guy who sold it was 95 years old, one owner. I mean, no surprise, 31,000 miles. And he just gave up his driver's license. Otherwise, he would have kept it forever. So I'm gonna show you around this car and show you how special it is. I'm gonna show you every nook and cranny of this car, and you will see why this 2001 Cadillac DeVille is a special vehicle. And you could actually buy this thing. It actually is on sale. So here we go. All right, check. Starting with the front end, it's kind of cute. I don't know if I should say that about a car, but it is kind of cute. You know, every car has a personality, and I feel like the front really says a lot. Almost looks one of those like Stegosaurus dinosaurs. You ever played that game where you look at a cloud and you see shapes in the cloud and everybody sees different shapes? I feel like that's the same with the front of a car. You know, you can see the personality in this car, and it really does have a personality. So I'm curious what kind of personality you see. If one animal drove this car, what would it be? Put it in the comment section below. So you can see here, it actually shines. It's so untouched, unused. There's the nice Cadillac badge right there. If you notice the deep colors in this thing, it's barely weathered at all. It's like it's straight from the showroom. And you can see the paint, the blue is actually still deep. It's got some depth to it. You know, the taillights aren't all fogged over. All right, the first time I've ever driven this car. Here we go. There's no better time to start than now. We are moving, we're rolling, baby. Wow, that is really sensitive. That gas pedal, when you hit that gas pedal, it's got a lot of torque, 300 pound-feet of torque. Oh my goodness. V8, 275 horses, not a supercar, but let's see how these bumps feel. It's not bad. I mean, it floats. It's definitely floating over the bumps. We're gonna go to my favorite spot. Yeah, when you hit the brakes, it does kind of rock when it stops. The suspension's a little soft. It's comfortable. I mean, of course, it's really quiet. Let's see how easy this air conditioning is to control. So you've got auto, 60, 69, I guess. Ooh, that's loud. Uh-oh. I'm not sure why the passenger temp does that. It's supposed to be auto. Sorry about the noise. This car is absolutely immaculate. Like I said, it's got 31,943 miles on it. Wow. This was owned by a 95-year-old man who decided not to drive anymore. I'm not going to blame him or judge him, but what he has kept here is a beautiful rendition of this Cadillac, and not a lot of these are at this mileage. This is tremendous. Let me turn this up. Oh, that's outside. I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm going to turn it up to 74 in here. That way the air conditioning doesn't make a lot of noise.
See me doing bad, but I'm good.
Wow.
Hey, but I'm good.
It's got a Bose system. I don't want to play too much copyrighted music because I don't know what YouTube's going to do. You can see back there you've got just beautiful leather and suede, and look at these sun visors. Well, we'll eventually get where we're going. We are stuck in traffic right now. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's quick, but it's not insane. I mean, it's a heavy car. I don't know how heavy it is. You know, it definitely feels like a GM. So I will say, it is a Cadillac, but it's not a Bentley. So you're not going to be overwhelmed by the luxury. I mean, it is nice. It's very nice. And for the money, it's probably worth it. This car, our MSRP for $47,000. I mean, back in 2001, sure, that was a lot more than it is today. Maybe $60,000 adjusted for inflation. We're gonna go over by this old boat, and this is a really cool boat. Check that out. It's like a pirate ship, modern day pirate ship. You know, for all the parking lots I've been through, this is not hard to maneuver, you know. Turning radius isn't great, but it's okay. It's not bad. I mean, there is nothing wrong with this car. It's almost perfect, right off the showroom, right out of the warehouse. It is immaculate. It smells great. That's the thing too about a car that's used. Any car that's used, if it doesn't smell good, it's not worth buying, because you want to enjoy yourself. When you drive a car, you really want to enjoy the driving experience. And I've said this before, I love a clean car. How many times have you gotten into somebody's car and you're making turns and you're braking and you're accelerating, and like a Gatorade bottle is like flying around, or there's like junk somewhere and it just freaks you out? You're like thinking you're gonna crash. You know, when you get into a brand new car, one of the most exciting things about the new car is that there's nothing in it. It's empty. And I think a lot of us forget about that we can turn our car into our new car by just getting rid of everything. Get it out of the trunk, get stuff off the dashboard, clean it, you know. That's one of the reasons why I love test driving cars, is because I have 2 kids and there's stuff everywhere. All right, listen to this engine. Here we go. You can actually hear the air being sucked into the intake with these old GM cars. It's one of the things I love. You know, with $6 a gallon gas out here in California, maybe where you are it's like $4.90 or $5.50. This car gets 27 miles per gallon on the freeway. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. If you drive it nice, and even around the city, you're gonna get 20 miles per gallon. So you're riding in style. You're riding in style. Can you imagine picking your friends up in this thing? I can. It's just comfortable. It scratches the itch of the luxury market. We're gonna come over here to one of my favorite locations. There's no shuddering, there's no shaking, there's no clicking. There's just the squeaking of the leather. I love when leather makes its noise. Hey, feel free to always make noise, leather, because that's what you're there for. That is your job, to let me know that you are comforting me. Get a shot of the underside here. You can see here, these are two real exhausts. Nothing fake about this car right here. Those are real. You got the parking sensors right here. When you fire up this car, a lot of things happen. A lot of electronics going on. I'll show you. Coming around to the side, profile shot. What do you think? The car kind of leans forward a little bit. The rear end is definitely higher. This is not a rear-wheel drive vehicle. It's front-wheel drive. It's got 4 gears. It's got a V8. So it really does drive like a front-wheel drive car. I mean, in 2001, there really wasn't a lot of rear-wheel drive, even luxury vehicles. More times than not, they would be 4-wheel drive. All right, here's where it gets really special. So we're gonna look at the inside. You see the wood here, really, really well preserved. All the buttons, they're not worn away. Look at the interior of this vehicle. You know, one of the things he may not have done is put some Lexol conditioner on these seats. You can see if you were to start doing that, you'd actually extend the life of these quite a bit. There's this little security light blinking. But yeah, just a really well laid out interior. Get a shot of the roof here, the ceiling. I always thought it was such a shame they had to put these those ugly airbag stickers. And you got your nice sun visor back there. So it's nice and dark. I mean, it's really a nice vehicle. You got plenty of room back there. It is a bench seat. You got 6 passengers, so if you bring that up, can you imagine sitting in this center seat? I'm gonna go ahead and try it. All right, let's get in here. We're gonna be a center sitter. There's a huge, oh my goodness. I don't see how a 6'1" individual would sit in here. You gotta watch out for the steering wheel, and you could actually hit the gas pedal for your driver. It's funky. You're sitting up. Oh, I can't imagine actually sitting in this thing. How do I put my seatbelt on?
A few moments later.
Oh, it's buried. Here it is. This has, I guarantee you this has never been used. Because you can't put kids up front, right? So, I guarantee you this. Wow. All right. Woo! Well, I'm in the center seat. This is a 6-passenger Cadillac. If you wanted to drive your family of 6 around, you could do it. It's just there's no room for the driver. And you'd also not be able to look out the rearview mirror because my head is literally hitting the roof. See that? When I fire it up, the steering wheel has a memory, so it moves back into place. If I hit rear shade, the rear shade goes down. You've got your garage door, and you've also got your reading lamp. Okay, I think I'm done with the center seat. Even though there's no drive axle, there's this massive hump, probably for the exhaust. All right, you've got anti-lock braking system. This sunshade is manual. You can see the way it hooks in is kind of funky. I don't think those were add-ons. I do not think those were add-ons. Look at all these buttons here. You've got lumbar support. You got heated rear seats. You got, of course, your window. Very nice window. You've got, if you want to smoke. You know, I feel like automobiles are the only place where they feel like everybody wants to smoke. Look at this, you've got a dimming mirror. That's not bad. So if you want to, you know, pluck or put your makeup on or whatever else you do, you can do that in the back of your $47,000 2001 Cadillac. Down here, you got your maps pocket, and it's very well done. You know, there's actually a spring to it. Over here, you've got your HVAC controls. So you have 3-zone climate control. Pretty nice. Drop that temperature way down. And you can see my leg room here. It's decent. It's actually not bad. I'm 6'1". In the front seat, of course, you've got lumbar support. You got height adjusting. Oh, you got height adjusting. Look at that. You've got height adjusting seat belt post. Fully articulating bottom for your seat. Not too shabby, not too shabby. You got power, telescoping, and tilting steering wheel. You've got your trunk release. Let's come over here and find out what the trunk looks like. Not too bad. Very large, as a usual Cadillac is. You can see here the spare tire really does take up a lot of the floor space. It doesn't really go down very much. Sounds pretty good as it closes. Let's hear what the front door sounds like. Pretty solid. It's heavy. Doors are definitely solid doors. There's a shot of the interior. Is this wirelessly charged? Is that what that hump is for? Maybe. I should bring a demo CD to test out all of these systems. Something that's not copyrighted. Every time I do copyrighted, YouTube flags it. So I need to like sing my own songs, put it on a CD. No, that's a terrible idea. Love this classic look right here. If you watch, let me hide the rest of the car. And if you see, it almost looks like a Bentley. It's got this charm right here. And then when you go to the front, you can tell something happened. Something went on here. And I don't love the front end of this car. You know, if a car looks cute, you know, the headlights are just a little rounded. They're not quite square enough. And so this car, as a Cadillac, wasn't respected as the old ones as much as I think it should have been. It didn't really get the light of day. And you've got your little tweeter in there, right in the center of the dashboard. It's kind of odd that GM decided you could get exposed wiring. You see that exposed wiring by the rear view mirror? And like my S500 Mercedes, this does not have dual pane windows. You can see here for sound, they added this extra insulation here. Looks like you've got storage underneath the driver's seat. Come on now, who doesn't love that? Who is gonna know there's anything in there? Look at this, way down. Wow. North Star 32 valve, made exclusively for Cadillac. You know, this is really a piece of work. It is beautiful in here. 31,000 miles, and the aluminum on the engine looks like it just came out of the factory. Look at that cleanliness there. The radiator barely has any nicks in it. No rocks to speak of. Let's go up under. You see any leaks under there? You'll have to tell me. I can't see it, but I don't see any leaks. Ooh, I will mention the blinker sound. I like the blinker sound better than the S500. It's softer. It's more subtle. It's more luxurious. I don't like click, click, click. I like clong, clong, clong. That is the weirdest thing I have ever said. Don't take that out of context. This is worth it. I would buy this. I mean, I don't know what car it compares to. It's really its own thing. It's luxurious. It's economical to drive, really. I mean, some cars of this size get 10, 12 miles per gallon. It smells great. I mean, everything. I'm sure it has a cabin air filter. So if you hit this info button here, look what this does. It shows you 99% transmission fluid, engine oil, 34 PSI. Oh, it shows all the tires. It just goes on and on. Battery voltage looks great. Timer, in case you need a timer. I'm going very slow. It just keeps going. Back in 2001, this was incredible. You know, what car had that many digital readouts? Now I feel like with cell phones and stuff, you know, you can download an app that tells you, you know, your cell phone's temperature on all the processor and the memory board, and it's just crazy what kind of data you can get. But to have it in the instrument cluster, yeah, that's special. Just like the ES300 for Lexus, you know, I feel like it's on par with that. I really do like this car. Would I buy, would I not? Maybe I'll end all these videos with a quick review if I would actually buy this vehicle, and I think I would. I think I would really enjoy this vehicle. I can see, well, if you're interested, Diamond Auto Sales has this out here in Alameda. I'm not sure where you are. Why don't you let me know where you're viewing this, because I'm getting a lot more views. It's actually kind of crazy. My channel is growing big time. So if you can support me by subscribing, I would be like thrilled. Whenever I see one new subscription, I think right now I have 5. And I'm just thrilled because I'm getting hundreds of views. So I've always loved cars, and now my passion for videography meets my passion for cars. So I would love to hear from you. Leave a comment, like below. See ya. Bye.